I have hope. I have security. I
Yeah.
have a place that I can store my life essence, and know that it won't be diluted or coin shaved by someone that I've never met and shouldn't have any impact on my life. Someone I didn't vote for, someone I don't, So yeah, no, I agree. The time frame reference, I think, is talked a lot about, when you really are saving in Bitcoin, not really investing, but saving in Bitcoin, how you change your frame of time. But another anecdote for me personally, I don't drink anymore. I'm 3 years dry, and um,
Me
I
too, man. Congrats. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and I one of the biggest things, I don't think it is any coincidence that I got, and I'm not 100% sober. I sometimes smoke here or there and whatever, but I haven't drank in over 3 years, and definitely cut some other things out of my life that I used to do while drinking. And I don't think it's a mistake that I found that new purpose and that new ability to to not want to escape all the time when I found Bitcoin. Or at least when I got obsessed with Bitcoin. They kind of happened right at the same time. When I changed my unit of account to Bitcoin was basically exactly when I really took control of my sobriety, and just realized that I should become a better person, and instead of spending my money on drinking or whatever, instead of running to the bathroom to do something stupid, I would run to the bathroom and during my shift and buy a dip because I saw Bitcoin went below $7,000 or something. It's like
Oh, that's so
I,
funny.
I remember literally once getting my tips from work and having a break, and there was like some fire sale, some below 10% day, and I ran to the ATM on my break and threw my money in and bought, and that's like, sure, yes. Are there tendencies of that are, attuned to sort of the addict mentality? Absolutely, of course. But
Yeah.
what are the effects of it? We like to reject our biology all the time and pretend that we're not biological creatures, but like, no, how do you gamify it? I don't think it's
Yeah.
ridiculous that there are so many of us in the Bitcoin space that have overcome drug and substance abuse stuff, and
Yeah.
in hand with their Bitcoining, you know?
The fiat lifestyle is a very limbic lifestyle. You spend much of your dollar trying to satisfy your immediate needs. Where I think in Bitcoin you're solving for those down the road,
Totally.
quite some way.
Yeah. And, it's funny. It's like, I just traveled. I went to the Texas Blockchain Summit. It was absolutely incredible. I went last minute and I bought like the cheapest tickets possible and the cheapest hotel possible. And like, sure as hell, my flight got canceled because I didn't have a crew. And then I had to buy another flight. And then there was like a cockroach in my room. It's like, but I'm like, you know what? I wasn't gonna sell those Satoshis and ball out on the plane. I didn't care. I'm looking at this is a much bigger thing. I want to give that zero point zero 0.01 to, my niece or something, So, and again, it's not like I don't think, do I want to have a wonderful, cushy life? Like, maybe not cushy is not the right word, but like a wonderful, full, saturated life that's beautiful
Yeah.
and awesome. Yeah, totally. But am I changing the way that I spend money? Does money come in my wallet and immediately leave like it did when I was a cash bartender making, 300 something dollars a night, and working 5.5 days a week? It's like that. Everyone always says learn the value of the dollar. And I think we all did. We just learned that it's not fun. And so,
Yeah.
we're having a big workers sort of identity crisis. Like, we're seeing the weirdest things ever in our job reports.
I
Um,
think, yeah. Well, I think like when you've become kind of like complacent or just like happy in unhappiness, I mean, this like breeds, addiction and all these sort of like anxiety issues that we're having as a society, not even just as individuals.
really, yeah,
And I think getting back a low time preference as a group and decentralizing and just sort of deconstructing the monetary system could go a long ways to clarify people's goals.